We can start.
Students, we are entering the third session for the day. We have with us Dr. Sumonna Mishra. She is an IIT BHU alumnus and a PhD in Life Science from CSIR with over a decade of experience in translation research and incubation ecosystem. She is currently the head technology incubation at the KIIT Technology Business Incubator, Bhubaneswar, where she is actively involved in promoting technology-driven innovations. She coordinates with various ministries like BIIS, DST, MIT, Startup Odisha, Startup India, and Invest India for successful implementation of various startup schemes from ideation to commercialization. She also liaises with industry and academia, organizes capacity building programs, and conducts mentorship exercises to the incubatees and nascent incubation managers. Dr. Mishra has also been a catalyst in augmenting innovation ecosystem, especially East and Northeast, by being an active member of the BIRAC Regional Center at KIIT TBI, focusing on East and Northeast states of India. Technology Enabling Centers at KIIT University, supported by DST and Bhubaneswar City Knowledge Innovation Cluster, BCKIC, supported by PSA, Government of India. Besides being head technology incubation at KIIT TBI, Dr. Mishra is assistant professor in the Department of Biotechnology, KIIT University. She has also authored and co-authored more than 50 peer-reviewed international journal publications. With this short introduction, I invite Dr. Mishra to deliver her talk. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your warm introduction. Very good morning, everyone. So just now we had a very interesting session on entrepreneurship, and dear students, who could speak about entrepreneurship better than Dr. Swar, who has been mentoring and nurturing uncountable young innovators like you all to chase their dreams, to dream big. So I hope that you all enjoyed the session. And again, as Dr. Swar mentioned, today I also believe the time is right for young innovators like you all to take up entrepreneurship as a serious career option. There are so many of funding opportunities that are available for you all, for basically for student entrepreneurs, be it men or women. So many of funding opportunities. There's an ecosystem now available which was not present 10 years back or maybe 15 years back, called the Technology Business Incubators, who provides a 360-degree holistic support to handhold you, to mentor you, to guide you at each step as you progress in your product development journey and as you chase your dream. So again, now we have a very interesting subject to discuss upon, that is to share a perspective on the subject women entrepreneurship in India, challenges and perspective. I believe there are many female participants present here. If anyone of you is woman, is a girl, can you please just raise your hand or can say hello? I believe there are women participants because this is all about women. Of course, men. Excellent. So cheers to you all women, all girls present here for being the way they are. So to start with, I believe that women, there are 5 alphabets when strung together for a world of meaning. The one word that defines, I can say, more than half of the world's population, but I personally believe that the tag of a woman entrepreneur is an unnecessary one, right? We never call men as male entrepreneurs, do we? But then why do we have to tag or call out the woman as a special category called women entrepreneurs? And yet, this community of women who are entrepreneurs must sometimes be identified as such because I believe that it's a community with the potential to become huge. So I have seen my mother, I have seen all women surrounded me. They are intrinsically more suited to entrepreneurship. I'm sure you all would agree with me on this. if you see your mother, if you see your sisters, the way they take up the life, the challenges that their life demands, call for a huge amount of courage, resilience, assertiveness, ability to do 1,000 things at once without letting anything fall within the crack. So one thing to remember, women, I believe, I'm sure you all would agree that we don't ask for special treatment. They have the talent, they have the grit, they have the tenacity. All they need is just an occasional pat on the back that, yes, you're good, a safe environment to work, and an equal opportunity to showcase their talent. That's all we women entrepreneurs or any woman who wants to dream big, they exactly need. And yes, fortunately, today there exist huge opportunities for women entrepreneurs, and over the time, the number of women entrepreneurs has certainly gone up. However, yet there are a couple of challenges. There are many of the hurdles that still exist today, which we will be discussing. So, however, one thing which I want to highlight here before we drive deeper into the subject about women entrepreneurship challenges and perspective, for all young students present here, I have seen that a couple of you from NIT Rourkela also, from Odisha, across Pan India, I believe. You are the change makers of the new India who are present in this platform. One thing I want to emphasize to you all, that a simple idea with the firm conviction is the first step to entrepreneurship. This is what Dr. Swar has been mentioning in the morning. He has given you a couple of examples of young students who had come to KTBI with just an mindset of creativeness, with the ability to think out of the box, with a firm belief that yes, they can do something different, and then it was no more looking back. If I give you my example, let me tell you, students, when I started my journey as a part of the incubation ecosystem, when I completed my PhD postdoc, and I came to this ecosystem TBI, which was a very, a French or German word, I would say, at that point of time, 8 years back. There was not much of entrepreneurship. The way now the startup buzz has captured the entire pan India, it was not the way 10 years back. So I did not know anything about what is an incubator, what is a startup, what are the opportunities that are present. Then, but after discussing with Dr. Suar, who is very good in motivating, who is very good in showing the real picture that yes, there is an opportunity, big opportunity in this incubator ecosystem. So I had a firm belief that I wanted to do something different. Of course, I did not want to leave my research. That's why I continued my research as a professor in the department. But again, something I wanted to do to support young students like me when I was doing my PhD. I had no one who was there to mentor, to handhold. You, as someone said, that we published so many papers, we published so many manuscripts, but what's the outcome? How are these papers being translated into a commercialization potential? It's just that it's being lying hidden inside your CVs or in your internet. But is it really going to the end users? It is really going to the market where it should be? No. The reason being is that the awareness, the opportunities, the roadmap, how to translate the research outcome from lab to market, that was not clear when we were doing PhD. But now this incubator ecosystem is there. There are managers, there are scientists, there are mentors, experts who can guide you, who can tell you that how to move forward, what is the journey of a product development, what are the regulatory hurdles, challenges that will come up, how to protect your idea. These are very important components, because this R&D is a different thing. You do R&D, but again, taking the R&D discovery forward to end users, to market, so that makes business, that's a different, completely different ball game. And that's where you need support. So I wanted to be a part of the incubator, but I had no idea about what is an incubator, what's about a business plan. So I went to the library. I read at that point of time, there were library, there were internet also, of course. So I was reading a lot of papers. I discussed with lot of mentors, both men and women, and they supported me. They over the time, I understood the concept of the incubation, and that's where I started my journey. And now I've been mentoring so many students like you all. So while this is what I'm giving you an example, that as your journey progresses, it could be a long with many winding turns, but what carries you through is self-belief, is a belief that yes, in your dream, believe that yes, you can do it. So keep your heads up, students, and you will certainly reach your final mission, no matter what hiccups come, no matter what challenges come. If you have a firm belief that yes, this is the target that you set up, I just request all participants kindly mute yourself. Yeah. So you have to take the first step in terms of belief, self-belief, a good idea, a good mentor, a good team, and then of course reaching out to incubator, reaching out to the right enablers who can help you through this journey. So now, if we talk about the today's subject, that women entrepreneurship, then and now, what has changed for women entrepreneurship in these recent years? The first change we see is the term women entrepreneur is now associated with startups and technology driven, at least technology backed businesses owned by smart women. There is hardly any sector in the startup ecosystem where a woman entrepreneurship is yet to make a mark. Dr. Sur has already given you examples. You have seen a lot of women entrepreneurs working on devices, like Dr. Sumonna is working on the preeclampsia devices. The Sumonna lady, Dr. Mishra, he was developing on cancer diagnostics. So be it agriculture, be it industrial biotechnology, be it clean tech, be it fintech, be it digital marketing, you see women entrepreneurs doing marvelous. Secondly, I want to give you an example, just experience that we have, KTBI have been putting all efforts into raising the startup ecosystem of the Northeast region. So as a mentor incubator for the Northeast, by this is a responsibility that has been given to KTBI by the government of India. So we had the privilege to go to a lot of Northeast state and visit a lot of Northeast women entrepreneurs, and you will be amazed the kind of mindset they have. You'll be amazed that the way they live their life on their own terms, and they're very clever about what they have set for themselves to do. If you can see in this slide on the right hand side, there's a big market picture. If you go to Manipur, if you just type in the Google called the Ima market, Ima means mother. This is a world largest market, and it's only run by women, young or old, be it teenager, be it 30s, 40s, even 70s, 80s, women you will see who are running their businesses. Be it food, be it fish, be it apparels, but they are on the market doing businesses. So it's not only women in metro cities, who are smart, who are educated, who have the ambience, who understand the businesses. But I can say very firmly that the startup mojo is catching the tier 2 and northeast states. If you visit Odisha, if you visit northeast states, Bihar, Jharkhand, you'll see that our women are now ruling businesses. You'll see that in any sector you pick up, be it food tech, as I mentioned, be it industrial, you'll see women um, in bigger position, leadership position, bringing a change in the society. But how is this possible? Which was not, if you ask me that 10 years back, the system was not so conducive for women entrepreneurs. What has changed? What has brought this change? You know, one thing, of course, there are a lot of components, a lot of, the change cannot be a single over the night. But if you ask me, the one component which has brought a change in, if you say then and now, the biggest change is the new era of digital technology, which is catching up. You know, because backed by technology expertise, the internet, the facility that we have today, I think food businesses or any businesses, they are not limited by how far an entrepreneur has to travel to sell their businesses. Sitting at home, you can earn, you can make money, you can generate revenue. I know a couple of my friends who are doing wonders in WhatsApp, through WhatsApp. Forget about any online platform, through WhatsApp. I'm sure you also must be have heard about a lot of companies who are selling their apparels, various food items through WhatsApp and through internet. So online sales and a plethora of e-commerce enablers ensures that women now don't have to worry about packaging, don't have to worry about logistic, about shipping and whatnot. So you don't have to depend on wholesalers picking up their stock for so on, because whole world is the market. Through, if you are there in online, you can reach out to unreached. You don't have to travel, you don't have to do, you don't have to go out of your home, but still you can be on the game and run business. That's the beauty of digital marketing, and we are blessed to be in this era of digital marketing, which has really brought a change in entrepreneurs, be it women, be it male. But what the numbers tell us this time? Now, this is something a very, I have come across a survey which was done by Her Story, of where they have conducted a survey with more than 500 plus startups, women entrepreneurs as participants. And this survey was very exciting for me because it reflects some compelling trend, which I'll be discussing now. And I'm sure you can just share your perspective. If you agree, you can just unmute and raise your hand and say, yes, I too completely agree on this. So let's see what's the major challenges which are faced by women entrepreneurs. You know, over 83% of women entrepreneurs feel that still they face a number of challenges that their male counterparts do not. The first common challenge is perception about abilities, you know, including being asked about personal questions like, how will you maintain the work balance? How do you maintain, if you're married, how do you maintain about your children, about your husband and still working, which men are typically never asked. Maybe this is the biggest reason that if you see the statistic, women at a leadership position, they are not the number. I'm not saying there is none. Of course, there is changes. I'll just give you an example of so many women entrepreneurs, leaders in the leadership position doing marvelous, bringing a change in the policy. But again, the number is still comparatively less as compared to the male counterparts. So society need to encourage risk-taking behavior more amongst men than women, because women are either discouraged from taking risks or judged very harshly if they fail by others and by themselves. So again, this is what is something we have to change, and this change has to be done very, very quickly. Then comes to networking forums and platforms. While the number of networking platforms exclusively for women entrepreneurs have increased in the past few years, there's still an area which remains more scope of improvement. They believe, when the survey was done, I saw that almost majority, more than 70% of the participants believe that networks and forums on female leadership entrepreneurship is certainly which needs to be, has to be taken up to foster an environment that supports women on entrepreneurial position. And I'm so happy that this subject has been taken up today, where we are discussing these challenges, where we are discussing the perceptions that is there, which I'm sure we are bringing a change. There is a change happening, and the change is quite evident. Patriarchal mindset. Indian families are yet to accept women working in 9 to 6 job, let alone start businesses. I'm not saying this is for all, but this is a survey. Maybe you are fortunate, and I'm also fortunate enough to be not judged, to have a family where my parents, my family treat women, treat girls as equally and believe in the dreams. But yes, I'm talking about the entire country, the rural pockets, where it's believed that men are to be ideally leading a family, both financially and psychologically, which itself hurts your entrepreneurial aspirations for women. And again, the biggest gap, the last but not the least, is lack of education, exposure, and experience. So they believe that they have this awareness, the lack of awareness. Sometimes it goes in the women, and they believe that yes, they have the load-taking ability, which in turn leads to a lack of confidence. So it's very, very important that we need to raise the girls to think for themselves, to think that yes, they can chase their dreams, appreciate the way they are, appreciate the individuality, and not to fear about failure, which is, of course, failure is the first step for success, I would say. But again, it's not all gloom and doom. In the past couple of years, many government programs, just as Startup India, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, government is itself, they have created so many awareness about the entrepreneurship as a viable career option. And as I said earlier, KTBI, we have seen a number of programs, number of platforms which are engaging women entrepreneurs. They're increasing day by day. So women entrepreneurs, I would say, today have more role models to look up to India than just a few years ago in India. If you see the statistic, 45% of the startups are run by women, of which 50,000 recognized by government. Just imagine 45 of the startups, they are women-led startups, women-led companies. And the country witnessed the most women-led startup turning into unicorns in 2021. So this change, as I said, the change is happening. There's a power in the girl, and it's quite evident. The government is supporting, the ecosystem is supporting. There is now an enabler to facilitate entrepreneurs to plunge into this journey, be it men and women. So today, as I said, that powerful and driven female business leaders have begun to shatter the glass ceiling, and they have carved a niche in the startup ecosystem, be it tech, be it non-tech startups. And you can see there's hardly a sector left in the startup ecosystem where a woman entrepreneur is yet to make a mark, be it fintech, be it biotechnology, like Kiran Dr. Kiran Shah, I'm sure you all must be aware of. Shraddha Sharma, who is a big time, very famous girl, lady on Your Story, has captured so many success stories of startups, healthcare, logistics, on beauty products, etc. and etc. So, of course, technological advance and data penetration too have made it easier for people to try their hand at being an entrepreneur. That was not present maybe 5 years or 7 years back. Now, if I see like 3 years back, it was considered to be a big deal if you ran your business off a Facebook page. But today you'll see thousands of girls in small cities and towns. They run successful businesses of WhatsApp. I've seen my own batchmate, my friend and schoolmate. He is earning a good amount of money just selling normal products, the clay products over WhatsApp and over in online platforms. So you may argue that these are not these startups, that they are tech-enabled rather than tech-driven businesses. Sure, they are. But the fact remains that they are successful entrepreneurs who have taken the advantage of what they had and have overcome the obstacle they have faced. They have showed that yes, maybe they are not tech driven, but they understand the number, they understand the calculation, and they can also bring money. So as I said earlier, there are many opportunities, there are many government schemes, programs which are specifically designed and initiated for encouraging women entrepreneurs like Stand Up India, TREAD, Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, Mudra. These are all the special provisions for securing loans for women entrepreneurs. When you're starting MSME, you can go to, if you're a woman, you have this special schemes that you can avail. So beside financing support, there are many other programs. If I have to name many, there are many. You can search in the internet. But of course, KTBI has been a partner of the WING program, the winner program of BIIS, VHub, which have been designed specifically for providing mentoring, hand-holding support to women entrepreneurs in terms of patent filing, in terms of product building, in terms of prototyping, in terms of connecting to right mentors, and also idea filtration. Dr. Sword just mentioned a couple of hours back, there are examples of student entrepreneurs who, as a young girl, after graduation, who have come to KTBI and got supported in terms of fellowship of 50,000 per month. There are a lot of schemes. And you don't need a PhD degree, you don't need a publication. All that is needed is a right mindset, is the interest to take up entrepreneurship as a serious career option. So yes, there are a lot of programs that is now nurturing and promoting women entrepreneurs, women startups. For example, the BIIS winner program, where 15 women entrepreneurs, they receive 5 lakhs of seed grant, including mentorship, including the hand holding, and again, a bigger opportunity to join accelerator programs of 25 lakhs to 3 winners. These are only for women. Sorry for men, but of course, there are other programs also which is open. There's no women or men there. But just to promote women entrepreneurship, I'm speaking about what are the government initiatives that are there. So please, ladies, girls who are present here, no more complaint. No more saying that, yes, we are girls, we are not given the right opportunity. Of course, you have been given now a better opportunity. So many schemes that are now available, specifically designed for you all. So these are also, again, the schemes which is where you can avail some amount of seed money, some amount of loan money to start your own business. You don't have to ask your parents. Then there is BRTC program, Direct Regional Techno Entrepreneurship Center, is not just only the educated women. We also go to rural pockets, and believe me, the scenario is so different. They are so keen to start their own business, to bring money to home. So the concept of man being the breadwinner, that concept is absolutely not there when you go to rural pocket. I think that's a mindset of the urbans. So these are a lot of training programs where we go, we do a lot of hand holding, show them how, whatever the traditional way of making food as per their own ethnicities. For example, someone mentioned about the chubuchi drink, right? It's a very indigenous drink of the Northeast region. So, but the way they prepare it is very unhygienic. There's no proper QC kind of method analysis done. So we go there with the mentors, show them how biotechnology techniques can be implemented to make it, to increase their shelf life, to see the nutritional composition, increase the probiotic bacteria consortium. So all these things is that will make their indigenous product more sellable in the market. So yes, even though you have a small idea, even though it's something that it's a in-home grown business, but there are a lot of opportunities where you'll be supported. You can just have to reach out to the right ecosystem, right enablers, and the entire mentor network, everybody will be there to help you to see that, ensure that whatever you are doing, the small business, or maybe it's an idea, how to bring it to market. That's the focus, and that's why these programs have been floated by the government. Now, if you see, there's a program called Entrepreneur India, which stands for Enhancing Women Entrepreneurship in India. And it's a Erasmus capacity building program in higher education. It's a U program where a lot of institutes have partnered, have collaborated, to a lot of courses have been designed to ensure that there is a gender equity among the students, among the course curriculum, and we have really gone to a lot of European countries, visited, understood the best practices, and you're trying to implement it in the Indian context. And you can see KIT is also one of the partner of this consortium, or consisting of 14 members, where 5 are international consortium partners and 9 are Indian partners, all working with a single mission of the program is gender equity. Then there's the WING program. It's a capacity development program which is designed by Startup India, DPIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. This is specifically for young aspiring business women entrepreneurs to take up the startup program, to plunge into this entrepreneurship and do something really big. And it's not only about the funding, it is about more beyond that, because you might get money, but if you're not handhold, if you are not mentored in the right direction, then maybe you might fail, and your effort, your so much of perseverance, your so much of dedication might get waste. So with funding support, you get the mentor connect, we provide you the market connect, we provide you the know-how of entrepreneurship, we help you to protect your idea, to ensure that you are in the right track. So it's not only about mentoring, it's also about monitoring, because startup is a very dynamic world. You have to be in the market as quick as possible. Anyone, the first mover advantage gets, he or she wins the game. So you have to be very prompt in terms of who are your competitors, how would you differentiate your product from the similar products that are there in the market, how to bring that USP value proposition. These all things has to be there in when you start thinking of an idea. And this all programs are specifically designed for you all, for women, to make them more strong, to make them more aware about the entrepreneurship, about the startup ecosystem. So as you can see, 30 workshops has been conducted across Odisha, across Madhya Pradesh, across West Bengal. And all the state is also supporting. It's not only from the central, the state government, the entire ministry, the department, they're all supporting now women to take up entrepreneurship. So, and the impact has been huge. The impact of the WING program, when we started off, we thought that we would not get much of candidates, much of participants. But now you can see there were total 756 participants who joined us and there were a lot of interactive sessions, and the participants were across the country. And you can see from 44% were from the east and northeast region, which is sometimes it is taken as the less privileged ecosystem for innovation entrepreneurship. But there were a lot of participants, women entrepreneurs. That means that yes, there is a change. There's a change that is happening. There's a revolution that is happening. There are now more women who really are dreaming big, who think that yes, they can be their own boss of the business, and they can also be the leaders. So the thematic areas were very broad, from ideation to enterprise building to, we help them also, yes, within the program, we help all the women entrepreneurs, whosoever is interested, to start your company. So don't worry, students, that if you feel that you don't have much of knowledge about entrepreneurship, I think you don't have to worry about that, because now there's a system which is present. There's everything, all the guidance will be provided to you at the right time, be it patent, be it how to form a company, how to form a GST, how to make a company website. All these things can be managed, and there are funding opportunities also which you can avail. You don't have to ask your parents. They will be proud of you that yes, my girl, my son is doing wonders, is streaming thing, is thinking something differently. So, and talking about the goal at KTBI is just to ensure that more women take up entrepreneurship as a viable option, and by bridging the gap and making it easier to go from thinking about this, actually we tell them to how to do it. So that's where, and today we have the role models, we have the success stories which can be learned from them. I'm sure Dr. Suhar has already given you a couple of examples. I don't want to repeat, but yes, there are a lot of schemes that is there to promote student entrepreneurship. And when I say student entrepreneurship, it means that all these schemes are for graduate students. So if you have a graduation, be it BSc, you have completed your master's, you really want to take up entrepreneurship, please write to us, write to any incubator which you are confident about, and you'll see that all the ecosystem, all the support system is provided to you. We have supported students who have come to us with no idea. So there is a scheme called the SIP program, where for 6 months, a lot of mentoring, a lot of immersion studies has gone. You will do a lot of industry visit, you will talk to a lot of experts, mentors who will help you in idea filtration. So again, please don't have that misunderstanding that for entrepreneurship, you have to have a wonderful idea. You have to have a wonderful publication. You need to have a wonderful institute. If you have none of these, still you can do big. I have examples where students who have passed out, they don't have an idea. They are sure that yes, they want to do something different, but they are confused in terms of which idea to pick up, because that idea, the problem statement identification is the most important step of entrepreneurial journey. If your problem statement, if your unmet need is identified carefully, then the next follow-on steps becomes very easy in terms of building solution, in terms of taking it to market. So there is a, now that's what I've been saying you is that there are a lot of schemes which will help you in need identification, and you'll be given fellowship for need identification. It's just that you don't have to have an idea and you have to work on it. For without any idea also, there are government schemes which will support you in identifying the idea, in taking it forward to your proof of concept. And every month you can get a fellowship from 30,000 to 50,000 per month with a Kickstart grant, again of 5 lakhs to work on the prototype. And there are, I'm not saying it is very easy. It is competitive. It is pan India, but apply for it. You will see a lot of improvement in yourself when you apply, and you'll be mentored. Even though you don't qualify in the first round, in the first attempt, maybe you'll be given a lot of constructive suggestions which you can work upon and reapply. So again, these are all women entrepreneurs who have really have carved their niche in the startup ecosystem. They are really doing big, be it animal biotechnology, just like Dr. Anuja Patnaik, Dr. Sean, who is from the Northeast, who is working on the waste to wealth innovator, and it's the first spin-off company from the Tripura University. Just imagine a lady, a professor from Tripura University became the first startup company from the Northeast region. Dr. Ashwati Nair, who is working on the Central University of Kerala, again, she is working on the pesticide. Dr. Smriti Rekha, she is a doctor, she is a clinician, but she is an ophthalmologist, and when she was treating her patients, she understood there is a common problem in terms of eye, identifying the right microbe that causes eye infection. So that's why he's developing a paper strip device which can test at which bacteria is particularly causing this infection and which leads to the right treatment modalities in terms of antibiotics. So similarly, a lot of clinicians, Dr. Swagatika Panda is working on cancer diagnostic, Dr. Sumonna Mishra, she's also a clinician. But despite their busy schedule, despite of treating patients, they also are understanding the problem statement when they are working with the patients. They understand this is the common problem that the patients are facing, but there is no device or there is no solution for it. And then they're reaching out to incubator, coming with the bringing the problem statement, bringing the unmet need, and then we are helping them to find the right solution, to find a compelling solution for mitigating the challenge. So Dr. Soumya Rao, that's a startup which Dr. Swar has again showcased, being wonderful. Dr. Shivani Gupta, she's been the winner, one of the star performer of BIIS, and she's a lady, very young. These all are young women who have just believed in the dream, and this is doing wonderful, excellent, and you can see they are all scattered pan India, be it northeast, be it east, west, north, south. You will see women who are really doing wonders. I think time are changing. Ventures are evaluated on the basis of the product market fit and the value they are creating. So it's no more, as I said when I started my session, just no more of tagging of women entrepreneurs. It is all about the solution, the USP, the problem statement that you're catering, the team that we build up. If that was not the case, I believe that many of today women-led ventures, women-led startups would not have been founded, would not have come to a position where they are now. So I'll end here. My suggestion to all the student entrepreneurs: dream big, prove your point right to the world and why they need your insight, knowledge, and talent. Make them believe that you are the one who can bring the best deals on the table. And last but not the least, follow your heart. Just follow your heart and conquer the world. The entire world is for you. You are the change makers of the new India. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, so you can ask me. If you want to share your perspective, anything that you agree, you disagree with the discussion that we have, I think it's open forum. That we have all rights to share our views. So please feel free. You can also write to me. This is my email ID that I mentioned here. Now over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Namrata. The session is open for discussion.
Yes, any one of you? I see many girls present here, girl student. Sneha, Swarna. Anyone who wants to share your experience? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Vatsala this side. Actually, I want to share my experience. Usually, women, we see that usually women say that they didn't get actual opportunities to perform because they have the capability. There is no any comparison between men and women. Both are best at their place. But as we said, women have their own excuses, or somehow they also have facing some problems regarding if I talk about entrepreneurship, job, etc., etc. But what you showed me today, that give me a perfect idea that how I can initiate and how I can motivate other women or female students to work like that. And thanks for this experience. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's what I said. It's all about setting examples. You don't have to you don't have to convince someone. You do yourself, and people would be convinced by themselves. Okay, so you set the example. You show that this is how I started off, and I'm right now doing wonders. And you'll see a lot of young students, a lot of young women around you will be inspired by your journey and will continue their journey to chase the dream. A big round of applause to all women present here.
Anyone else?
So again, any students, if you really want to have an idea or are interested in entrepreneurship, you can write to us. My email ID is present. We will see that how you can be supported to the best. You're always open for young entrepreneurs, open for ideas.
No more questions, then I would like to thank Dr. Namrata for joining us and motivating our students on this workshop. Thank you, Dr. for joining us today.
Thank you so much. This is a wonderful topic. I also really thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.